Hello everyone, this is Sarah, and since it is that time of year that people are going back to school, I thought I would share some of my favorite spreads from college in case anyone is out there trying to start a college bullet journal. So I'll be showing you guys how to make an overview of your semester, as well as syllabus pages, schedule pages, and a couple of other cool things. If you enjoy this video, please give it a like and leave a comment below about what you think, and subscribe for more possible bullet journal videos. All right, let's get into the video.
First things first, I'm going to use a Sharpie pen for the majority of the journal today. I'm going to start off with a cover page just to start, which is something I like to do whenever I open up a new notebook. This cover page is High School Musical inspired, which my friend suggested most likely as a joke. But then I realized we're all nostalgic for High School Musical anyway, and who doesn't want to reminisce during a pandemic? So I went with it. I did a basic outline of the letters first, then I went in after that and added circles to make it look like the movie lettering. Then I added a wildcat print and a piano doodle before going in with some color to finish up the page. It still looks a little plain, so I added a drop shadow on the letters as well using a gray highlighter. Next, what I like to have at the beginning of all my school journals was just a semester overview. This is kind of like a yearly spread, just shorter. I made a small calendar for each month of the fall semester, and then I added bullets next to each month where key events and dates could be recorded. This space would be for things throughout the semester like birthdays, registration dates, etc. I added a small notes box as well, just in case any of the months ran out of room or a note needed to be made for the next semester. I added dividers using my teal mildliner to keep everything looking neat. Next, I'm making a fall schedule page that covers the work week. I wrote Monday through Friday along the top, and I wrote times from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. in 30-minute increments on the left-hand side. Then I just block off the times during which classes or work hours take place. Once that's all done, I created a key at the bottom of the page to color code classes and work. This can be adapted for whatever time frame you need, or if you need to show weekends as well, you can always expand this across 2 pages to accommodate for the space. Next, I'm going to create syllabus pages for each class using the color code I just made in my schedule. Some key information I'll go with for each class is the class code, date and time, location, professor, and the professor's email. Then in this example, I list out the lecture schedule and create a tracker on the right for the textbook reading relevant to each class. On the next page, I finished up the lecture schedule and added information about the final exam as well as office hours. Then I just added some headers and highlighted exam dates using my mildliners. The next few pages will follow a similar layout as this, containing basic class information at the top of the first page, followed by a schedule of sorts to keep track of the semester. In this example, I just have a basic schedule and a reminder of the last day of classes. On the second page in this example, I made a tracker for completing online homework for each chapter and a section to write down when quizzes will take place as they're announced. Or if your quizzes have set dates, you can record them in their own section like this. Again, I included final exam info and office hour info, then used a highlighter to create headers and highlight exams. The next example is for you STEM folks specifically, a lab class. Here I included a list of the supplies needed to take to each lab. That way you can just refer to the list when packing up for your class that day. Then I wrote down a lab schedule with assignments due that day written below each lab description. The second page was just a continuation of this, as well as an area for online exams. Under each, I wrote which experiments the exam covers, and then the dates on which the exams open and close since they're done online. The next example is going to break down the assignments and reading due each class, broken down by week. I have a checkbox with the assignment and then the due date to the right of the description. It's kind of off screen now, but I also included a grade tracker in this example to show a way that you can track your grades when a class uses a point system rather than weighted percentages. I just wrote the assignment, then a space to write how many points out of the total available score were achieved. The last example, I just made a super basic layout where the key information is at the top, followed by a note about when assignments are posted. This is an example of a very date-flexible class. And then an overview of the content and assignments for each unit in the class. Next, I made a super simple checklist page where one could collect all the information from their syllabi into a supply list. That way, everything you need, textbooks, online subscriptions, and office supplies can be collected in one place where you can easily reference. Next, I made a grades tracker. This is modeled after classes that use a weighted percentage system to track progress. I wrote a header for each class, then I listed the assignments below with a space to the right where you can list the score that you got. Then, all the way to the right, I listed what percentage of that assignment counts towards your overall grade. I did this in a couple of ways, noting where assignments are dropped, or showing a simplified version where you can just list your exam or assignment overall average before calculating your grade at the end of the semester. Next, I made a super simple assignment tracker. I made 4 columns: date, assignment, due date, and a check column to fill out once the assignment is done. Next, I made a self-care tracker page. This is more of a reference page with the actual tracker being included in a weekly spread, which I'll show in just a bit. This page shows what the tracker looks like, a battery with each section being colored in with the completion of one of your chosen self-care activities, which you can list below. Next, and I know I'm uploading this after August, but I filmed it last week, I'm making an example of a monthly spread. I'm just kind of mapping out the calendar with irregular 3x3 rounded edge boxes for each day of the month. Then I'm going to write the days of the week along the top and add numbers to the calendar. Personally, monthly spreads are the pages I like to jazz up the most with decorations, so I added a bunch of flowers around the edges connected by a vine. Can't go wrong with floral ever in any part of life. After that, I just added a drop shadow to each box and colored in the flowers using a pink and purple theme. I also added some yellow and green in there too. Next, I made a simple monthly goals page, sticking with the floral theme. This page is nice because it's concise and it gives you a place to see what you want to accomplish most in that month. The next page is a habit tracker. To make this, I just listed the days of the month across the top of the page, sideways, so it would fit, and then I listed some trackable habits on the left-hand side. You can list as many or as few, and whatever kind of habits are most important to you. Then, each day, all you need to do is color in a box if you completed that habit or task. Next, I'm making a simple weekly spread for the week when I was filming, just listing the week at the top and breaking down these 2 pages into each day of the week. I also added a notes box, the self-care tracker battery, which goes together with the reference page we made earlier, and then a top 3 section, which I like to use to record the best 3 things about that week. Finally, after each weekly spread is where I would normally write all my daily lists for the week. I write the day, the list, and then at the end of the day, I make another header for the next day. When making daily spreads, it's typical in bullet journaling to use a key to denote certain tasks, events, and thoughts. So I'll show you a simple version of a key that I like to use. I usually put it in the beginning of the journal. And you can always create a key with whatever symbols you prefer to use. The last task is to record everything in the index or table of contents. Luckily, this journal, which I will link in the description box, already comes with index pages printed in it, which is very convenient. I hope you enjoyed this basic layout for a college bullet journal and it provided some inspiration for you. If you saw something that you liked, please give this video a thumbs up. If you want to, leave a comment below with your thoughts or let me know if you would like a video detailing anything that you saw in this video. Lastly, please subscribe if you're interested in seeing more bullet journaling pages and themes. As always, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.